Shay, and welcome back to Adventures as a Wanderer, a series where I share places I have explored, stories I have discovered, and memories I have made along the way. Today I'm taking you to one of San Antonio's most recognizable landmarks, the Tower of the Americas. Now, unlike most visitors, I arrived at the tower blindfolded. That meant I couldn't see the massive structure rising above me. Instead, I experienced everything through sound, and honestly, it was a lot. The first thing I noticed was the sound of the fountains outside the tower. Water crashed against the stones so loudly that it echoed all around me. Between the noise, the crowds, and not being able to see where I was going, my anxiety started kicking into overdrive. Being blindfolded is not my idea of a relaxing afternoon. As we made our way toward the entrance, I could hear people talking, footsteps crossing the plaza, and the constant rush of water from the fountains behind me. The moment we stepped through the doors of the tower, the blindfold finally came off. For the first time, I could actually see where I was, and there it was. The lobby buzzed with activity as visitors prepared for their trip up the tower. Right inside the entrance is a photography station operated by Photogenic, where guests can stop and have their picture taken before heading up. After spending the last several minutes relying entirely on sound, it was a relief to finally be able to take in my surroundings and see the beginning of the experience for myself. Then came the part I had been dreading, the elevator. Now, I've never been a huge fan of heights, and the elevator ride did absolutely nothing to help that. The elevator shoots upward surprisingly fast. The strange thing is that when you look out the windows, it appears to move much slower than it actually feels. Your eyes are telling you one thing while your stomach is telling you something completely different. My stomach definitely believed the second option. As the city dropped away beneath us, I found myself trying to focus on the view instead of the fact that we were rapidly climbing hundreds of feet into the air. Eventually we reached the top. Before heading to the observation deck, we stopped at the Chart House restaurant. One of the unique things about the restaurant is that the dining floor slowly rotates, giving guests a complete 360-degree view of San Antonio during their meal. Luckily, I got a window seat as the restaurant slowly moved. The city unfolded around us. Downtown San Antonio stretched out in every direction. Roads became ribbons, buildings became landmarks, and a giant living map. The meal was expensive as hell, but I have to admit it was really good. Even better than the food was our server, April. She was friendly, attentive, and helped make the experience feel much more comfortable. Great service can make a huge difference when you're nervous, and she absolutely helped make the visit more enjoyable. As we ate, I found myself staring out the window, taking in views of places I had visited before and places I still wanted to explore. From this height, the city felt completely different. After dinner, it was time for the observation deck, and this is where my fear of heights officially lies. The observation deck allows visitors to get closer to the outer edge of the tower for even better views. I did not do that, not even a little. Nope. I was perfectly happy staying well back from the edge. While other visitors moved around freely, I found a comfortable spot where I felt safe enough to enjoy the view without feeling like my heart was trying to escape my chest. Even from a distance, the views were incredible. From where I stood, I could see downtown San Antonio stretching toward the horizon. I could spot sections of the river walk winding through the city below. Historic buildings stood beside modern skyscrapers. streets and highways connected neighborhoods across miles of Texas landscape. It was beautiful, it was fascinating, and it was still terrifying. But sometimes adventure isn't about conquering every fear. Sometimes adventure is simply being willing to experience something despite being afraid. I may not have made it to the edge, but I still made it to the observation deck, and I still managed to capture some amazing photos and videos to remember the experience. Eventually, it was time to head back down. If I thought the elevator ride up was nerve-wracking, the ride down wasn't much better. The entire trip felt like my stomach had decided it belonged somewhere around my throat. Thankfully, gravity eventually returned.
And then we're going to go down the elevator.
As we exited the tower, I finally got a chance to see the fountains that had caused so much anxiety earlier in the day. Standing there, looking at them, I couldn't help but laugh a little. Earlier, while blindfolded, they had sounded overwhelming. Now they looked peaceful, beautiful,